Hey everybody, Manny Martinez here, back with another episode of the Business Growth Strategies podcast, where we show you how to grow your business online. If you like the idea of growth in your business, make sure you like, subscribe, leave us a review, and download these podcast episodes available on every major platform. In today's episode, I sit down with Kyle and Dave to review Richard-James.com, a high-end bespoke tailored suit company looking to expand their online reach. If you're in the bespoke tailoring or textile industry, you don't want to miss this episode. So sit back, listen in, and we hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the Business Growth Strategies podcast. For over 20 years, our team has been utilizing digital marketing tactics to help businesses generate more leads, close more sales, increase customer retention, and make their team more efficient. We're excited to share what we've learned and help you grow your business.
So anyway, Manny, what are we doing today?
Today, we are looking at RichardJames.com, an e-commerce high-end clothing brand.
Not Rick James, which I sent many animated GIFs with Rick James through Slack when I found out that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, no,
so,
that would be hilarious if we were doing Rick James. We're not. This is Richard James. RichardJames.com. And we have our yes, with a dash, yes. We have our in-house SEO specialist with us, Sarah Bodner. What's up, Sarah? How you doing?
Happy to be here.
Oh, cool.
And by the way, I went downstairs about 5 minutes ago and said, Sarah should be on this podcast.
You did.
Yeah,
She
I
had
did
no
not.
idea what we were doing or why we're even up here. So she's hanging out with us and has no clue. So
I'm really honestly I'm really interested. And can I ask sort of a general question? I think it's an SEO question. So I think but I want to pose it to kind of everybody, because when we look at a website like this, and I'll give like the 30-second overview. We're in it now.
Oh, we're in it.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
there.
we're in it
So
right now.
This is Richard James is a Savile Row tailor, which means they primarily make men's clothes, lots of suits. Many of them are bespoke suits, which are custom tailored. So you go in, they measure you. I mean, like the stuff you see, like this, the stereotypical like London suit maker, like that's them.
Oh, so this isn't just an e-commerce. They have a brick and mortar shop where you come in?
This is a local tailor. Yeah,
Okay.
They have a shop on Savile Row.
Wow.
And they also have one on Fifth Avenue in New York.
Wow.
So they're like a super high end, like their custom suits, I think start at, they're pretty expensive. I don't know. They start at $3 or $4 grand for a custom.
So, and to put that in pounds or US?
In US dollars.
Okay, so I have 2 custom suits, never spent more than 2. So
Okay.
you're saying this is like luxe premium.
Yeah. So Savile Row, and I know very little. Like I wear sweatpants most days.
Unfortunately,
But,
by the way, Sarah, my custom suits don't fit me anymore. So now I have to wear the Boscov's variety that I just picked the tag and, try, because they shrink as they hang in your closet. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like the pants
wild,
don't fit
yeah.
any. It's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they make some of the best suits in the world. Savile Row in London is known for men's tailoring. Like it's the place to go. So what's interesting to me is somebody who is a suit shopper, right? And we just did a podcast on luxury medical care, but somebody is searching for, probably in large part, they're probably searching for this brand. Like they want a Richard James suit the same way that somebody wants a Tom Ford suit or a, like something like that. So it's not just like suits for sale near me, like if that's the case, that's the person who's going to buy a suit off the rack and let it shrink in their closet.
So Kyle, are you saying though, also, that was funny, by the way, not what happened, but that was funny. So are you saying like Gucci, for example, because they're super huge right now in the media, are you saying that like somebody typing in like Gucci custom suit might be a person for them as well?
I think it possibly could. Hey, my daughter's here.
Hey,
Hello.
hold up. I can't see the screen. Who is it?
Charlie.
Oh, it's Charlie. What's up, Charlie? How are you? She can't hear us at all.
She can't
but,
hear you. How are you?
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah. She just got home from school.
Yep. How's school?
Yeah.
Oh,
High fives.
great.
One high five for Dave.
We're gonna need you to sign a release for him, by the way.
Oh, the door's always unlocked.
There you go. Score.
So you can get off the bus by yourself now?
She doesn't need her tag anymore?
Green pass?
As long as the door's unlocked, you're good.
way.
Oh, easy.
Dude, this is amazing.
Nice.
We're not
Breakthrough.
going through it all again with Sarah,
This is a
but
breakthrough.
apparently some of the kids got a green tag at her
In their book
school,
bag.
and some of them don't, and she didn't. So only the kids with the green tag could walk to their house without a parent on the front porch. We don't know why they get the green tag.
Or
That's-
how.
Or how. That's been the...
But now it doesn't
The
matter.
It's just
mystery,
some strange
right.
level of responsibility
Yes.
that some
Like
children
some-
have
that I
that some
apparently
don't,
Kyle-
apparently.
And Kyle clearly does not have. Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, but I guess my question is like, or the answer to your question is: would somebody who is searching for Gucci also search for this brand? Like, possibly. They seem to be in sort of the same stratosphere. And as someone who knows, very little about the fashion industry, I think it's probably worth, examining. Like, do people who wear Richard James also wear Gucci? You got to do a little, I think, investigating the brand. Or are they the kind of person who also wears like Brooks Brothers? Because I feel like there's not like those are in some of the same like.
Well, Brooks Brothers and Gucci, just for the and I'm not claiming to be a fashion connoisseur in any way, shape, or form. I can tell you that Gucci is a whole different level than Brooks Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Gucci's is real Gucci, not New York City. I'm in Chinatown and someone's selling me a Gucci watch. That's a whole different ball game. But like to get a custom Gucci suit, 10 grand, easy.
Gee.
Okay.
So yeah. So my point is like someone, and that may be incorrect. I'm gonna get lambasted for that. But like Gucci's a very high end of the name brands.
Okay, so let's run with that. Let's say that it's Gucci. Somebody who is going to spend maybe 10 grand on a Gucci suit that's custom fitted and custom tailored for them is not going to Google and typing suits for sale near me.
Right.
They are looking for a Gucci
Where to get a
suit
suit for prom.
right,
Not the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that that's something that we have to take into account when we look at this brand, because they also have a brand called Harry's of London.
Now that one I know, actually. I'm actually familiar with that brand.
Yep. So they've got a little bit larger U.S. presence. Harry's of London does. But they, looking at their site,
And
they
what's their
do some-
what's their goal right now? Why did they call us? Because they came to us.
Correct. Yeah. So they are looking just to expand kind of their digital footprint. Like so much of what they've done so far has been through print media, through more traditional advertising channels. They're owned by a guy. I could have told you if you hadn't asked me, and you didn't. The guy, Charles Cohen, is the name of the guy who owns it. He's a billionaire real estate developer up in New York. And he owns both of these brands, Richard James and Harry's of London. And basically, the guy that I spoke with, his name is Miles, is based out of the UK. And Miles has gotten approval to expand the digital footprint of Harry's of London and of Richard James. He said, we spent probably $5,000 a month on digital up until now. He said it's peanuts, it doesn't really move the needle for us. So we are trying to bring in the right people, the right buyers to our stores, to buy online, to do all the things that need to be done.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So, just so everyone who's listening to this or watching this understands, like literally the whole point of this podcast is that this is Sarah. Look at that.
Yeah.
We need to figure that out. Ahrefs might help.
Yeah.
So it looks like it was August. I'm sorry. I just saw something. So, Richard-James.com had 140 in March of 2020 in the U.S. Make sure I'm on U.S. That's worldwide. Let me go to U.S. Yep. In the U.S. in March of 2020 had 1,467 phrases, ranking in according to SEMrush. And by March of 2021, they only had 196. So think about that for a second. 1467 to 196. Something happened with their website. Either they got penalized by Google or they did some kind of a website redesign.
Yeah, so I actually have a theory on that after
Let's do
looking
it.
at the website. So there's actually a lot of technical SEO errors on the site. Just a few big things that jump out is just like duplicate meta descriptions right off the bat. You know, it's just copying and pasting the same thing, describing every page, some duplicate content. And also there's no H1s on the site.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I pulled it up in Screaming Frog and was like, how are there no H1s? And then I went on the site and just did some tests myself. No H1. So, you know, Google wants to read that to actually be able to tell what your site is about. You know, that's one factor. So I suspect that perhaps they had a site redesign that wasn't done by people who were super familiar with SEO, and all these things just sort of fell through the cracks. It can be, you know, I've seen this problem before, and sometimes a steep drop off is just because maybe like redirects weren't incorporated properly. So, you know, they needed to like redirect your pages over or something like that and just weren't put into place, or all went to, you know, the home page instead of individual products or something like that. So that is my initial theory after looking at it for like all of 5 minutes. And again, not knowing I was going to be here. Like if you asked me what I was going to be doing at 3:50, like 20 minutes ago, I'd be like, I don't know, trying to do some link outreach.
Ready.
sitting on a podcast talking about a Savile Row tailor.
That's what we love doing here at Conklin. So yes, but that's huge. I just discovered that now. I don't. You might have seen that before, but I literally just saw that and was like, "What the crap? What's going on?" So there, I always tell the story of a synthetic paper company. So I get this phone call. This is like 2010. I get a phone call, and it was from it was like a marketing agency, like a global marketing agency. They didn't specialize in digital or design or anything. For one of their clients that does all of the advertising for Ford, they hired a web design company to redesign the synthetic paper company's website. And this web design company is amazing. They build amazing looking websites. So this company used a technology called Flash, and they took their entire website and put it into one URL that was awesome when you interacted with it. But Flash gave no indication to Google at all, this technology, what the website was about. So their sales reps, and they had 10, 15 salespeople that were getting leads from the site, in one day went from getting tons of leads to zero.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, what the hell is going on? And it was because they built this new website that looked great in Flash. We got a huge contract to redesign the whole site from an SEO perspective. So what you're saying is, it's possible that they hired somebody to redesign the site that didn't have an SEO focus.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean, even like they haven't generated a sitemap and things like that, which just after an initial look, it just makes me think that they hired someone to redesign the website, and they just didn't implement SEO correctly.
Yeah.
Well, let's look into that, and let's dig into Ahrefs and see what they are ranking for and see what they're hitting on as far as keywords, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, love that idea. What do you got here?
All right. Well, initially it looks like a lot of branded terms, which again is not really a surprise. Oh, we have it on the UK view right now, though. Let's switch that over.
That's interesting too. So I'm going to hit that real quick. I don't know. Do you have any of the Lang stuff, like knowledge with all that stuff, or no? Like, 'cause
that's something like Steve and and then I think Jonathan will really have more insight there.
Yep. So, and Jonathan and our team,
that can cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's interesting that the default was UK, because my gut would tell me that the site is currently set up to specifically target UK. So if they want to target, we dealt with this with a it was an airline, like a private. Who's the company that does the private air flights that you rent a jet?
I don't know these
have
things,
no
Dave.
idea.
Do I look like I know what that is?
Yes, but no. They sponsored something on The Apprentice years ago.
There's like FlexJet.
No, no. Anyway, they're a company. I'll think of it at some point when someone else is talking. I'll think of it. But they contacted us because they were having trouble with their site. No, it wasn't Fly Nyan. Anyway, they were getting all this prominence in the UK and nothing in the US, and it was frustrating. What we had to do is create a US site that was similar to the UK site, but you can't make it identical to the UK site because it's duplicate content. So you create a separate thing, but what you do, there's a meta tag where you specifically say which country your site is supposed to be appearing in, and it gives prominence there. So anyway, that
But then you also choose like which languages it's appearing in stuff too, and then you have to have every possible combination of all these different things, and then God forbid one of those links is broken, and then you're just in trouble.
And like the word center in the UK is RE.
Oh, and gray, the color gray, which you
Yep.
probably use when talking about
Yep.
suits, maybe.
Absolutely.
Or honor or favorite or
Yeah, 100%. So those are all important factors to play into like worldwide SEO. It's a whole nother world, and we help companies like Dorner and others to work with their SEO globally as well. So we do have the expertise, but it is very, very, very complicated.
was it XO? Was it XO?
XO.
Was it Wheels Up?
No.
That's all the private
But-
jet companies I know.
Okay, but thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. Those are the only ones you've used, right?
Those are the only ones. Those are the only ones I use with any regularity.
Those are the only ones that Axe is using. Axe is his kid. That's how many months old?
3.
Yeah. So his 3-month-old is probably already on his 3rd or 4th, private jet company. By this
Well, I know he's on his 3rd or 4th bespoke Gucci suit.
We got it. We got to get one of those made for him. All right, Sarah, make it happen. What's up with these people?
So like I was saying earlier, lots of branded terms. So, including the name with suits, we got location.
And we always tell people, Sarah, that like if you're ranking for your company name or your brand, like good for you. Like, woohoo,
Right.
Table
that's
stake,
great. Yeah,
It is,
but that
but
doesn't help you really.
Again, because the
Yeah.
people who, are looking for your products need to know you and need to know what to look for, if they're going to find you. So we got like a few specific types of suits.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What does
What is
Shannon
it was a crystal suit? Because
I'm wondering, is that crystal or crystal?
Oh, you're right. You're
No,
right.
Cristal has an I in it.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I guess these are some individual products, which I don't know if there would be like a lot of search volume for these, but that's something we can look at later. Yeah, it looks like 80 searches. So, in that instance, like I would pull it up and kind of see what competitors they have and if other people offer this type of suit. But they are
It literally is. I just pulled it up. It literally is a crystal suit.
Oh, really?
It's awesome.
Okay, here. I can pull it up real quick.
It's awesome, he says. Well, while you're doing that too, I'm going to look up like what some of the what people might be typing in related to ultra high-end suits.
Just add Richard James to that search criteria.
Okay. Right, because crystal suit probably means different things to different people. So, oh wow,
Swarovski evening wear.
Hey, I've got some of that in my house. I only know it because it created an argument with me and my wife.
This one's man,
That is cool.
Hold on, I'm gonna put the link.
now I'm
look
missing.
at those crystals at the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
Here you go. Pull this up.
What's that suit
That's
cost?
sick.
If it's especially if it's real.
Not enough. I would buy it twice.
One for you and one for Axel. You could match.
Yes. There
Look
it
at this
is.
guy. Wait for it. Here we go.
Oh wow. Yes.
I love it.
Wow.
There it is.
The glittering, unashamedly.
Dude, okay, I gotta say this. So think about this for a second on the and Sarah, I know this isn't your expertise necessarily, but like on the influencer marketing side. Okay.
Oh my gosh. There's so
Holy
much
crap.
there.
Oh yeah.
We get
yeah.
Kanye to roll up
Rock
in
a
a
crystal
yes,
suit.
exactly.
Do you still have his number in your phone? Could you?
I
you could still.
it's possible. It's possible. Yes.
Well, even more so, I know like the NFL draft, like these drafts that these college kids are coming into, they don't necessarily have a whole lot of money yet, but they're walking in there with some pretty high-end suits. And
they've got plenty of money. The NCAA
and
has been paying student athletes for a really long time.
Okay.
They're doing
All
just
right.
fine.
But there's a lot of eyes on those types of events, and I'm pretty sure some of those college folk would love to walk into the NFL draft wearing something like this.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
That could be our target market, is about to be soon to be drafted future NFL players.
All right, so what keywords would these players be using to
They're
try
not.
and find suits?
That's a great question, but they're not. That's where the interruption marketing part comes in. So like because you can target, I'm just trying to think of how to make this happen. Okay. Hold up. So what if we were able to get an influencer to DM all of this is just I think this is a great example. We find an influencer, we pay the influencer. So let's say it's Brady. Okay. That's going way high, but let's just say it's Brady. Like, hey Brady, we'll give you, $500 per DM that you send to all of the college football draft people to mention this suit or this brand or whatever to wear at your thing. Then we get pictures of, or we just find one of these draft picks to wear the suit, get the pictures,
Yep.
and then we do outreach to all of the sports bloggers that are out there and say, hey, he showed up in a blah, 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 blah. And then we have credibility and we can go after the fashion
We
people.
could geofence the area with all the
Oh my
journalists there, so he walks out in the suit, and the next thing you know, people are getting targeted ads for this.
Boom.
It's perfect.
There are so many ways we could make this happen. Yeah. So Kyle, what's their goal though? Like, you talked to these people already or no? We didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't
I
chat
talked to
with
them.
Yeah.
So their goal is more e-commerce sales. Their goal is more custom suits. Their goal is basically to open up a brand new channel. I mean, like, they've got a lot of the,
in the
they've
US.
obviously got in the US, correct, and I think in the UK as well. But and I don't know that they necessarily. We didn't get deep into, do you want to go into the US or do you want to go into the UK? It's basically, here's kind of what we're looking to do. And we walk through, okay, well, here's what our strategy blueprint looks like. And it basically helps us reverse engineer, because he's going to be the one, this team is going to be the people who can tell us, hey, here are the people who typically buy from us. We've seen upward trend in these types of people buying from us. And then we can build a profit path and we can say, okay, well, if it's these people, they're going to buy a custom suit from a Savile Row tailor for this reason. And if it's this group of people, they might buy the exact same suit, but for a completely different use case, for a completely different reason. And so what we're doing is building a separate campaign, a separate, buyer's journey, essentially.
So I have an idea too. And so I'm looking up an SEMrush. I'm going to throw my screen up here real quick. So I'm looking up, I think I just did men's custom suits. I did custom suits. I'll show you why I clicked men's, just to be more specific. Don't want to be gender.
Custom bathing suits,
yes.
custom, yeah.
Right. So that's why I was like, okay, so men's custom suits. Let's just do that. So here's the deal. We got these phrases, and this is the phrase. This is how many times per month they're searched for in the U.S., the keyword difficulty, and all that stuff. This is how much it costs per click. So I love these ones that have higher CPCs, because there's a good chance that they are generating more revenue for the person that's bidding on them. So I love looking at those. But this is only specific because it's new. It's NYC. So here's my point, though. Like, if you type in men's custom suits or you bid on that phrase, and the people that land there are seeing this, what's the I know it's Richard James, but it's Savile Row. Is that how you pronounced it?
Yep, Savile.
Yeah. So, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody that's listening to this, but so Savile Road, Then what you do is anybody who landed on that specific, here it is, on that specific page after typing in men's custom suits or custom suits, and you start hitting them with branding ads that like really lift up the brand with maybe a celebrity or some of the ads that we saw on their website. And it starts to take that person who Googled custom suits. They're probably, here's an argument. I don't know. But like, let's say your husband. So I know very little about him. Great guy. Liked him when I met him.
But I'm excited for this.
Yes. So here we go. So let's say he was in a spot in his life where he had to, not wanted to, had to buy a custom suit.
Absolutely die.
Okay. So, but he's in that spot. He has to buy.
Right. I just won some dramatic award somewhere, and he's got to, wear this custom luxury suit down the red carpet.
Has to, or he's going to look like an idiot.
Right.
So he goes online, and you're like, I'm not helping you. You got to figure it out, dude. Like, no, you can handle this. So he goes online. So I imagine the people that are typing in custom suits probably don't have a relationship yet with a tailor or a person.
They would know.
They would just go right there.
Look for the brand to call up the tailor. Yeah.
Right.
Really good point.
Or their tailor, isn't in business anymore for whatever reason. So now we have a chance to build a relationship with this person with a brand. That's the whole profit path methodology, right? So we take this person that typed in custom suits, we hit them with an ad, get them to the page, or hit them with a Google search listing, get them to the page, and now we retarget them with ads that build up Seville to be this amazing custom suit manufacturer, right? With ads and all that stuff. So now they've landed there. They probably didn't buy right then and there, but now they're feeling like, because they're like, I don't know, if your husband's being exposed with these ads all the time now on his phone everywhere, like, this is the custom suit for you. Like,
right. I mean, it would make it easy.
Yeah. Well, even if when they first type it in, you got to kind of put in like some waist measurements and some whatever. And now the ads you're seeing are people that kind of look like you in these suits. Like, because that's for guys. I mean, I don't know about you, but like I get, so I'm short. I'm 5'5", 5'6" if I'm wearing the right dress shoes. So at 5'5", I can't buy jeans at the store. Like my jeans, Sarah, these jeans right now, I think I bought them.
Mine are too short. We have the opposite problem.
Right. So I bought these on under510.com. Like, that's where I shop for my pants, right?
Wow.
Yeah. It is what it is. But you know what?
When I go there.
But when I typed in like jeans for short guys, it goes back to Kyle's philosophy that you don't want to share your search.
I go to stores, find the ones that I like, then I go order them online so I can get the right inch measurement, because they never.
Where do you get 26 length jeans anywhere on the planet?
I've never seen that.
Exactly. You get them at under510.com is where you get them.
Can I show you guys something? And
please.
Sarah, I think I shared this with you. I know I shared it with Peter and Pepe, who are on our team, but I actually, because like when we sit down and we write a campaign, like we have to understand the person who is buying this, and we have to understand the struggle of the guy who's 5'5" and cannot find 26-inch inseam pants anywhere. And so,
and as embarrassing as that is, that's actual, like, I'm a 20 in dress pants, I'm literally a 26 inseam.
Okay. So here's what I do. Okay, you ready for this? Because this is,
why does this feel more degrading to me that Sarah's next to me right now?
Sarah, have you seen this yet?
Yeah, no, we talked about it a little bit. Yeah,
I made a video. I sent it out to the team.
Because the customer avatar profile has been super helpful for just like copy and everything, and I think it's going to do this exact same thing for ads. It's going to be amazing.
So we do the exact same thing. We set up an ad campaign. Here's how we do it. We start with our customer avatar profile. Who's our company? Okay, let's say it's Richard James. Right? So we go into our customer avatar profile, and what that does is it allows us to look at our customer and go, what's happening? Who is this person, and what's the transformation that we're taking them through? Who is this person? Tell us about them, demographic, psychographic, where do they live? How old are they? What's their income level? What do they do for a living? What are their key purchase drivers? Obviously, they're not bargain hunting when they're shopping for bespoke suits, right? They're not looking for, like something that's the cheapest bespoke suits that I can buy. Then we look at the transformation we take them through. What does their life look like before they get their Richard James custom suit? What does their life look like after it? We go deeper emotionally with every every piece of copy we write. So what do we have? How does that make me feel? How do I spend my average day? And what's my status? How do I perceive myself? And how do I imagine that other people perceive me? That's the before and the after that we take them through. If they're going to make a purchase, what are the qualifiers? I want to buy a bespoke suit without having to whatever. I don't want to go into the tailor's office or to the tailor's shop. I don't want to have to whatever. What are the things they don't want to have to deal with? And what are the things that they insist on also getting with that experience, right? All we're trying to do is look at this prism from every possible angle. What are the things that we have to consider in order to really empathize with them? Then we go one step further and we go, what are the things that we're moving toward and what are the things that we're moving away from, both in the present and in the future? So in the present, the things that I am moving away from, we call those frustrations. The things that I am presently moving away from, the things I want to do, I want less of right now, those are the things that I'm frustrated by. The things that I'm moving away from in the future, those are fears. I'm worried that this will happen, right? The things I'm moving toward right now, those are my wants. And the things that I'm moving toward in the future, those are my dreams. So by doing this, we're able to really understand the customer. So we go back to our ad copy and then we distill it down to 3 big ideas. So get your custom suit, the same one that so-and-so wears or whatever, because we go down now because we're making an offer. We understand the who. So now we go to the what are the offers. Well, there's 4 types of attributes to these offers. It's either a transactional attributes. And I did an example of like, if we're selling winter coats, right? So I'm selling a winter coat. Here's transactional attributes. It's pricing, it's discounts, it's shipping, it's gifts with purchase. It's, we're going to run out of these, right? So it's 30 to 50% off. Buy your winter coat. It's purely driven on like, I'm not saying anything about the coat. I'm not telling you who you become by wearing the coat. I'm just saying, here's a reason to buy a coat. I'll give you half off, right? Then we go into brand attributes, which is what's the story that I'm joining or who am I becoming by buying this suit? When we're talking about luxury goods, we're going to spend a lot more time here than in the 30 to 50% off space. It's mountain born, city warm, still selling winter coats, right? The right to test the water. I'm a little contrarian. I'm sort of going against the grain, right? I'm asserting my independence. Or it's influence attributes. We're going to spend a lot of time here as well. These are, I'm going to buy that winter coat because Jennifer Aniston wears that winter coat. I'm going to buy that winter coat because this influencer has it. I'm reading all these testimonials. These are other people, third-party validation telling me this. So when I lay this out, like these 2 in the middle right here, if we're talking to Richard James, we're going to be spending a lot of time here. And then the last one would be the functional attributes, like it stays warm even at minus 20 degrees, or it's water repellent, or it's layerable. You can wear it while you ski, right? The only things that we can say about why they need to buy a coat are, I'll give you a great deal on it, right? A reason to make the transaction, an identity shift, a third-party validation, or some sort of function that they need the object to perform. So we need to lay all of those out. Then we lay out our ad copy where we go, here's the angle, here's how we catch your attention, here's how we explain it, here's how we go deeper into it, here's what we need you to do right now, and then here's the image that we need to convey this.
Love that. How ready is their website for this kind of traffic to come to it?
That's a big pivot.
Well, in order to get this traffic, we got what's your one of your taglines is you have to have a place to send the traffic to, right?
Yeah, and again, I think it goes back to like what are we selling? Like what is it that we're buying, right? Because they have $80 sweatshirts on their website. Oh, okay. And then they also have $3,000 custom suits.
But hold on, but an $80 so okay, I'm being very transparent and I hope nobody is judging me right now.
Absolutely not.
So I had a speaking engagement over my birthday. My birthday's November 18th. You can send me whiskey. So Kyle did, and he's my favorite. So I had a speaking engagement on my birthday in Maine. So I'm like, hey, Jody, my wife, I'm like, come with me to Maine. We'll hang out. We'll make like a whole weekend out of it because Maine's a cool place. Maine is not a cool place in the winter, just for the record. But anyway, so we go there. We have a blast. We hang out. While I'm up there, she's like, you're embarrassing me by these hoodies that you wear. Like they're just grungy and gross. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you want to buy me a hoodie that you approve of? Like, okay. Guys, she finds me, I'm not kidding you, at some high-end like boutique clothing store a hoodie that, in my opinion, looks exactly like all the other hoodies I have. It was $120. $120. My point is, an $80 sweatshirt, Kyle, is not a cheap sweatshirt. That's not.
By any means, no.
That's not
No.
your everyman's sweatshirt.
But it would have been a completely different transaction if Jody had gone and bought you a $3,000 custom suit.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
It's something that like you can at least justify to some degree. You can justify pulling it off the rack and swiping the card for $120.
Well, I don't know. So here's
She
my
can.
question. But she would also be okay with me getting a $3,000 custom suit if it made her feel better about her showing her face with me.
So now,
at
now
the
we're
lobster
talking
dinner,
now we're talking about a different customer avatar, though. Why is Jody going to be the person who goes to Richard James and buys a custom suit at $3,000 versus why Dave would do it?
because I have nothing but grunts and groans at this point.
It requires starting the process all over again in the beginning.
No,
Yeah.
that's super true. That's so interesting.
That's a really good point.
I think I categorize the $3,000 custom suit in the same category as a $100 sweatshirt, though. Like, I feel like the same person's buying both of those things.
Yeah, but they're going to be different transactions, and they're going to be buying them for different reasons. Like, they're probably buying the hoodie just because they want to look cool while they stay warm, and then the suit is going to be for some big event.
I gotcha.
So I feel like I'm more on Kyle's side here.
Yeah. But they're to be quite frank, they're two completely different profit paths as well.
So, right. Well,
Very much, yeah.
Speaking of that, were they specific in an area of the business that they wanted to grow? Was it in suits? Was it or was it just kind of all over? We want a bigger web
and
presence.
I think they've got, to some degree, I think they've got the messaging component of it down, and maybe even the customer, research and the customer avatar sort of distillation of it down. I think it's more of a tactical implementation of, we've been traditional media, we've been print media. Now we need to expand our digital footprint. And the question then becomes, one of the last things we ever want to be is an order taker. So if they look at us and they go, hey, look, we need to expand our digital footprint and we've got X number of dollars in order to make that happen. So how much juice can we get for that amount of squeeze? Then it's our responsibility as a business growth agency to look across their entire spectrum of products, of people, of everything that they do, and go, okay, Richard James, what is the most profitable path that we can build initially? Because eventually we want to be in a relationship with a company like that, where we're doing the Google shopping ads for their $80 sweatshirts, but also the custom, handwritten calligraphy notes to the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies so that they can come in and get their custom tailor, custom suit. And it's a completely different tactical application. Our job is to figure out which one is the most profitable to start with, to reinvest and to begin the cycle of creating that web of profit paths that leads to a more profitable business overall.
Yeah.
And something fun. So in doing some research here on the site, on SEMrush, which is our preferred tool for like keyword research, custom racing fire suits. So I assume, Kyle, they don't do that.
I don't think so.
Right. It's probably a good assumption they don't.
Surprised by the volume.
So, right, well, maybe
it's like
maybe they want to get into
race
it.
car drivers.
Yeah.
It's probably the custom fireproof suits that they wear.
So here's a point, though. So if somebody's doing paid search, and this happened to us recently on some stuff. So when you go and you say, I want to rank for custom suits in paid, Google is going to automatically throw your ads up in front of people that are typing in custom racing fire suits. So you have to make sure that you have somebody, or that you can go through this and add the word fire as a negative and the word racing as a negative, because I'm assuming if I typed in custom racing suits, I'd get a whole list of stuff, custom fire suits, I'd get a whole list.
Yeah.
All those unique words need to be added because those paid phrases that drive traffic and create conversions then go to somebody like Sarah, and Sarah's going to take that data to run SEO campaigns, right? So she needs to know too, like she doesn't need to include any of the long tail phrases in her copy that have the word racing or the word fire.
Right. If
Right.
it's irrelevant, you're going to waste so much time trying to write content about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Kyle, anything burning a hole in your brain right now as far as the web presence goes for them?
I mean, I think that when you're dealing with a luxury brand, you're speaking so much more to aspirational identity and who the buyer of a custom suit becomes by buying a Richard James custom suit than you are the transactional and functional elements like I talked about, right? And the challenge there is it's the way that you present the transformation that they go through, or the identity shift that they go through by purchasing that suit, and you balance that against like the SEO stuff, like the tactical, like get people on the site, because you're not using words and phrases that are like custom suits, or necessarily.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard to find a blend between the messaging and then actually having it rank in search results.
Yeah, like if you're trying to do SEO for Gucci, it's really difficult to find, or for Rolex or for Maybach, or like if you're trying to do the SEO for a brand that has so much like weight behind it already and so much identity behind it already, people are in large part going to be looking for that brand.
Dave, did you have something you wanted to add there?
I was just gonna say it's Maybach.
Well, guess who's not going to be driving one?
Is it really?
But it is Maybach, but I didn't want to. It's like the people that say, they call Porsche. They say Porsche. It's not a Porsche. It's a Porsche. And if they say Porsche, they don't actually know anything about Porsche at all.
Yeah. Oh, did I just expose myself and how much I don't know about Maybach? My reputation is ruined. Everything to this point has hinged on me being the local Maybach expert. So I guess with that, I'm out. I'll see you guys.
But no, I went to say it and then I didn't. And then Manny went and called me out and was like, it looks like you have something you want to say, Dave. What the heck?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that was great, guys. Thank you. And we're just touching the surface there. We've got a lot to dig into and a lot of analysis to go as far as Richard James goes. RichardJames.com. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Thank you guys very much. Sarah, thank you for joining us today. It was awesome having you.
Yeah, of course.
Break up the masculinity in here a little bit.
Yeah. We need some more estrogen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So if you're a CEO, CMO, or business owner and you want us to dig into your website, let us know and we'll do that.
Hold up. I got to say something.
Sure.
Hold on. So hold up. This is big for this brand. Okay, here we go. So I was doing a search. I don't remember what it was. Crap. But it was like most expensive suits in the world, whatever. So this made me think. I was on a call today with a company who works with hedge funds. They called us. I didn't understand why. They want our team to be on a list of experts for hedge funds to go to get digital marketing, current like market analysis advice, and they'll pay us per hour to the tune of $500 an hour, which is above our rate that we charge our clients. So I'm like, hell yeah, we'll do that. Like, why not?
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to them. I look them up online. Totally legit. I've got to sign these documents that state that we're not like publicly involved with any publicly traded companies, like all this kind of stuff. So then at the end of the conversation, I'm like, how did you hear about us? And they're like, I don't know. I Googled like top digital marketing companies and you guys came up. Karen, our person who handles our SEO, link
she does
building,
all our link outreach. Yeah.
She's on Sarah's team. So her work that she did under Sarah's leadership got us this appointment, apparently. Like, I don't know. Here's my point. I was Googling something earlier that pulled this up. So, top 10 most expensive suits in the world. Who's looking at this?
People
who's
going to
find this article?
Or people who want to buy really expensive suits.
Yeah.
So, here's my point.
The Swarovski
So
crystal suit
you got
people.
right. You got Stuart Hughes Diamond Edition. I've never heard of Stuart Hughes. Alexander. Well, here's my deal. So if somebody $95,000 on a suit, like, guys, this is insane.
You might have lowballed the whole Gucci thing.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
This is where I'm sending Michael to get his suit when we have to go to that fancy event.
yes. There you go. Do it. Do it. So up apparently
Hey,
Bond.
scroll back up to that Zoot suit. Nope.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
I think we found our TNC uniform.
I feel like I've seen that on an episode of Seinfeld.
So my whole point here is this. So this page already ranks, and let's go back. Most expensive suits is what I Googled. Okay? And I got this. So here's my point. We rank for things like top digital marketers in the US, best digital marketing companies in the United States. Like, we rank for that stuff. Not because our site ranks for it, but because we're listed on content. So a whole nother strategy for them could be looking at some of these phrases, like best places to get a custom tailored suit, and making sure that they are included within that content is a huge way
That's good.
to make that happen. I mean, there's so many of these.
Yeah, and because
Best.
they're such, fairly recognized business and they have these sorts of products, like they stand a good chance at, doing outreach, and then someone will actually, add a little bit about them to the page because it is going to ultimately offer the user more value.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention bespoke?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but
Bespoke it means custom.
I see.
Oh.
See, I don't even know that.
It means one of one. It's made for you.
I see. So I have a really cool suit. I'll have to show it to you guys someday when I can fit in it again. And
Is it crystal?
no, on the inside it's Marvel superheroes.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like on the outside
That's
it looks like this
bespoke.
super
Yes.
snooty, like whatever, and then I had it lined with Marvel comics.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if you want us to check out your website, email us hello@conklinmedia.com or visit us businessgrowthstrategies.com and we will hook you up. Thank you guys, Sarah. Thank you, Kyle,
Yeah.
Dave. Appreciate it. Until the next time.
Peace out.
See ya.